Hello everyone, my name is Tassi. I'm going to talk to you about e-management. That's just how you use some of the online systems that we have available for you. Just a checklist of what we will cover. We'll start off with My Auckland Uni, which is just your starting point for links to all these other systems, or at least Canvas and your student email. We'll look at setting My Auckland Uni to your homepage. Then we'll look at Canvas, which is where all your course content is. We'll talk about downloading the Canvas student app onto your phone, which is really useful, and also setting notifications for Canvas so you can get updated on things that change in your courses. Then we'll look at Gmail, downloading the Gmail app, but also connecting your personal email to your student email. This is really useful and will make your life much easier during the course of your studies. We'll look at Zoom and how to install and use Zoom, just in case you don't know how to do that. And also a word about group chats and how useful they can be. And we'll finish with a word about remaining professional in an online space. So we'll start off with these three things: My Auckland Uni, Canvas, and Gmail, which are all linked to one another. Starting off with My Auckland Uni. My Auckland Uni, where to find it? The best way to find it is to just Google it. It usually should be the first result. It will take you to an auckland.ac.nz web address, and if you find the menu there, you should be able to find My Auckland Uni, or you can use education.auckland.ac.nz as well. So here's just some information about what My Auckland Uni is. So it's a one-stop shop that makes it easy to stay informed, understand what you need to do, find information, and complete tasks. So there's a bunch of information on the My Auckland Uni homepage that will help you just navigate all the different things that you need to keep track of for university. Who's it for? It's designed for currently enrolled students, so it's not for staff like me. And that means that once you have your offer accepted, you should have My Auckland Uni made available to you. So this it can give you really easy access to other systems. So there's heaps of different things you need to keep track of, and My Auckland Uni is just one place where all those links are located, basically. So that includes Gmail, Canvas, those two we'll talk about. Also the library website, student services online, which I'm sure you're probably familiar with already, your personal details, including your contact information, and also help and support at the university level. How does it actually work? Well, it just puts information all together compiled into a single web page, basically. So this is what mine looks like. Mine will obviously looks a bit different than yours probably, but if you find yours and log in with your UPI and password, you will have a page that looks something like this. If you keep on scrolling down, so it's not obvious on this screenshot, but if you scroll down, you can see student services online as well. So my suggestion for My Auckland Uni, the web page, is that because it's so important, you probably should actually just set it as the home page of your web browser, so that one of the first things that opens up when you open up Chrome or Firefox or Microsoft Edge or whatever web browser you happen to be using. If you're using Chrome, you can do this by going to settings and scrolling down to on startup, and then just adding the URL, so that's the address for My Auckland Uni, to the list of websites that you want to open when using Chrome. But you can do this with any web browser, it's just slightly different. So we've talked about My Auckland Uni. Let's focus on Canvas. So how do you access Canvas? Well, from My Auckland Uni, the easiest way to do that is actually just to click on this here. You already got a display below that of all the courses that you might be enrolled in. Obviously, I got heaps for mine, but yours will look different. So we've already gone through how to find Canvas on My Auckland Uni. I also really strongly encourage you to use the app on your phone. So everything I've showed you so far is just on your computer, but also use the app. This will look different depending on what kind of phone you're using. If you're using an Android-based app, then you can look on Google Play and you can find something that looks like this. This is also available on Apple devices as far as I know. And you want to use Canvas Student. So what is Canvas at the University of Auckland? Well, Well, My Auckland Uni is the hub that connects you to all the different important sites and organizations in the uni. Canvas is specifically about all the course content, so it's where you will do most of your learning, that and in person, hopefully. It also includes specific assignment resources and also group discussions. So just like My Auckland Uni, I really recommend that you find the Canvas page. Once you first initially find it, set it as one of your home pages on your web browser, and also make sure it's some clear, accessible place on your phone, maybe with notifications turned on so you can get updated when things change, because a lot of things will be going on week to week at university. I also encourage you to check Canvas every day. So again, you can do that with notifications, but however you do it, make sure that you're looking at it, well, at least every weekday while you're studying full-time. Otherwise, you might miss very important announcements. So once you click on Canvas, it will look something like this. Other instructors will probably walk you through their own individual courses, but I'll just walk you through some general things now. So these are all your currently active courses. These are mine. I took this screenshot back in the start of 2020. So these are my currently active courses. Yours will look different. And if you want to look at all your courses, both past and present, so not only the ones that are currently active, then you can click on the courses on the left-hand side as well. But your active courses will show up in your dashboard. You can also send and receive direct messages. Do check with your instructors before you send them direct messages on Canvas. Most of your instructors will probably prefer to be contacted through email. So if I click on HumServe 102, this is just an example. It's a course that is run usually in second semester. So when you click on it, you'll be looking at a page something like this. And again, like there'll be differences depending on what course you're doing, but you will always see these tabs on the left-hand side, and these are give you access to certain parts of the course that are important. Discussions are one way you can communicate with your other classmates, and if you click on that, you can actually ask questions and use this like a forum. So again, check with your instructors for your individual course. For example, SOCWork 115 might have different guidelines on how to use the discussions. Generally speaking though, everything should be fairly consistent between each course. Anyway, coming back to the dashboard, if you click on my account up here, and then once you've clicked on that, you click on notifications. That actually gives you the option of specifying how you want to be notified about what's going on Canvas. This is using the desktop version, by the way. So this is on your computer. But basically, you can specify whether you get daily or weekly notifications from Canvas. So you could set it so you get an email every time something happens in one of the courses you are enrolled in. This is one way to get updated on everything and keep up to date. But one problem with that is that you might just get way too many emails, and that might actually make it harder to notice other important emails. So I encourage you to go through this and untick some boxes that might not be as important for you. Now, some of these are more important than others. So take a look at that. So we've talked about My Auckland Uni and Canvas. Now let's talk about Gmail, your student email. So, like I said, the student email is run through Google Mail or Gmail. Where do you find it? Well, like so many other things, you find it through My Auckland Uni or also on your Gmail app on your phone. So I encourage you to have, obviously, Gmail bookmarked on your desktop or your laptop, and also the Gmail app installed on your phone. Again, these are just different ways to make sure you are always aware of when things change or when there's notifications in your courses. You can see on the right-hand side there that mail symbol in My Auckland Uni is one way to get to your My Auckland University student Gmail. Your student Gmail will look something like this, and I will just tell you a bit about how you might want to actually link together your emails. One thing to keep in mind is that if you have a student email, you almost certainly already have a personal email. And it's not really fun or efficient to be checking 2 emails or more than 2 emails if you have more than 2 all the time. It's much better if you can to actually forward one email to another email, so you only need to check a single inbox. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either get your student email to send to your personal email, or you can send your personal email to your student email. I'll leave the decision up to you, but I'm just starting here with an inbox, and I'll show you how to forward emails. So first of all, you want to click on this symbol here, located here, and click on Settings. This will take you to something that looks like this, and then you just want to click on forwarding and pop/IMAP. It'll take you to a page that looks like this, and you just need to look for the add forwarding address here. And all you need to do is add your personal email if you're currently on your student email, or if you're on your personal email, then you need to put your student email. So basically, you're just telling Gmail to send your email from one address to another email every time you get an email. And again, I really strongly encourage you that you do this. It saves you so much time in terms of checking multiple inboxes. When you're done with that, just make sure you save changes. It's important that you become familiar with Zoom. It's the most common way to conduct video conferencing. If we go into a situation where we have to teach remotely, or you cannot be taught on class, or maybe your instructor has an online office hour, it will most likely be run through Zoom. So regard it as a priority to be familiar with this app if you aren't already. So I'll go through, luckily downloading and using Zoom is super easy by design. And what we'll do here really quickly is just show you how to download the app on a computer, although there is a phone app, which is also very easy to install, and also basic functionality, so just how you might use it once you get into it. So how do you join a Zoom? Again, this is very simple by design. Your instructor, if you're doing this in a university setting, will probably give you a link that will take you straight to the meeting. What often happens from them, if you already have Zoom installed on your computer, is that you will be put in a waiting room to await admission to the meeting by the instructor or by the person who is overseeing the Zoom. Okay. Now, also keep in mind that, and again, your instructor for each course will tell you this, you might actually have been given a password that is required before entering the Zoom session, just for security reasons. So if you click on a Zoom link and you don't already have Zoom on your computer, you will be asked to install Zoom. This is very simple and usually quite fast for pretty much every computer. It's not a very demanding app. So you can see in this video here that it's just going to take you to some download center for Zoom. And then you just click on the download button, a little application. If you're using a Windows computer, it'll look a lot like this. So the installation, the executable will be in the bottom left if you're using something like Chrome or Firefox, and you can just click on that, and then you just follow the instructions to install Zoom. As you can see in this video here, it's really fast. So it's not, it shouldn't be that difficult at all. So this is what the app looks like when it's open on a computer. It looks similar, although slightly different if you're using it on a phone. But keep in mind that you can use Zoom on a phone. So first of all, if you have your camera on, your face will show up here, along with the faces of everyone else who's in the meeting. In this case, I was just video calling myself, so it's just me. And also I have my camera off. So you can see a red line through that camera symbol on the bottom left of the screen. And in that case, that just means that my camera's off and my display name will be shown on the screen. Now, a common thing that happens in Zoom meetings is that people don't know how to work their video or don't have their microphone working. You can mess around with these settings with these symbols here below. So if you just want to mute yourself or turn on your mic, you can just click on that microphone symbol to the left. And also you can turn your video on and off with that button on the right. Very simple. You can click on the upwards arrow symbols next to these two other symbols in order to get the settings for your microphone and camera. So in this case, I've actually, for my microphone, I've got my Samsung Go mic, which is the mic that I'm using, and also you can choose your speaker as well, the way in which you're going to hear the sounds that are coming from the other participants in the call. And lastly, a very common thing in Zoom is to use a chat. So a chat is just another way you can ask questions. So obviously, if you're in a workshop setting or in some kind of a video conferencing situation with your instructor or other students, you can use your microphone and ask them verbally questions or communicate with them. You can also do the same thing with chat, just like you would with any other chat function like Messenger or Instagram chat or something like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's a common way to communicate using Zoom. So I will include a word about group chats here. The reason I'm talking about group chats at all is that because in previous years, group chats have been really useful for students to stay connected with one another. And these are group chats that are actually organized outside of class time. It's not an official university thing. So they're usually organized by students, although sometimes I and other instructors might make a chat specifically for a certain purpose. But if you want a general chat, the students usually organize that themselves. It's a good example of student organization. So if you keep in mind that all the other people that are in your cohort are people that you will be spending the next 3, 4, possibly beyond, even more than that, years with, and you'll grow closer to them over time. It's important to foster good relationships. You're not in competition with each other. You're actually collaborating to get through this degree, and you'll also be making professional contacts once you get into the profession. I also recommend Facebook Messenger. That's what we've normally used, what I've seen used in the past. That's completely up to you. Let me just say a few things about professionalism and respect online. So just a reminder that during all of your interactions during your degree, you should always aim to uphold respect, manakitanga, and professionalism when dealing with other people. So you are on your journey to become professionals, and you need to keep in mind that on every step of the way, you need to be upholding whatever professional standards are appropriate. Okay, so behaving with these values is going to ensure that you progress through your degree and also through your professional role. You're being evaluated based on your behavior throughout not just your class, not just your assignments and exams, but also your behavior throughout your degree in terms of assessing your eligibility to become whatever profession you're aiming for. So keep that in mind as you move forward. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found that video useful, and good luck with the rest of your studies.